Brother, it's a long road from Amistad to Toho. Doesn't matter which way you go. The miles are
Welcome to the
all
Fishin'
same.
Radio Show. I'm your host, Scott Berry, here on 102.1 The One. Hey, we're presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, White River Marine, Ranger, and Nitro boats powered by Mercury. And hey, back to school savings on apparel, footwear, and more. You can get up to 40% off at Bass Pro Shops right now. So take those kids out there and do some school shopping. Hey, don't be fishy when choosing your bank. Choose Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri. Freedom Bank guest of the week. Hey, we got a great show lined up today. We've got MLF Pro angler Wesley Strader. We're going to talk little summer shallow water fishing. And I've also got my special guest lined up, my good buddy John Bledsoe with coangler.com. He'll be on here in a few minutes to talk about some new things he's got going on with the coangler.com app. And crank those outboards. Mercury trivia question time. Have the performance of a lifetime. Run a Mercury. Sharpen your thinking skills with Gamakatsu in the Extreme Outdoors Oric Marine Tackle Pack trivia question. Here it is, folks. What is the primary purpose of a lateral line on a bass? That's that dark line that runs down the side of a bass, especially on a largemouth bass. You can see that. What is the purpose of that? Is it A, to help it breathe? B, to detect vibrations and movement in the water? Or C, regulate body temperature? Give us a call at 417-447-1021 with your Sunline answer. That's 447-1021 with your Sunline answer. And Bass Pro Shops, segment 1, brought to you by Bass Boat Technologies, McAllister Marine, Toter Sticks, Porter Kimberling Marina. And hey, we're in the Pro Guide Batteries Fishing Gossip segment here. Get your Pro Guides, your Pro Guide batteries at Oric Marine. And hey, best of show at ICAST in the electronics department went to Garmin with the new LiveScope 2 HD. And the overall best of show winner went to Rhino Spinning Reels. That's made from Zebco. It's called the Zebco Rhino, and it is a spinning reel combo. That kind of, not to say that it's not a great product, but I was kind of surprised to see a spinning rod and reel win that there with some of the other great categories that we had out there. But give it up to Rhino Spinning Reel combo. And Full Metal Customs, custom handrails, exterior property gates, and much more. Anything you need metal, welded, built, Full Metal Customs can get it done. And Power Pole Down, Headhunter Lures, Tackle Spotlight, Power Pole, the one and only lightweight champ. And hey, the first ever rigged urchin bait right out of the box comes from Headhunter Lures in Cassville, Missouri. You have 11 colors to choose from. You have 3 different sizes to choose from. And get yours at Extreme Outdoors in Branson West or Fin and Feather right here in Springfield, Missouri. And Mustang Survival, Big League Fishing News, BASS, August the 13th through the 16th. Those guys will be on Lake Champlain and getting ready for that smallmouth summer swing to end the season there. And MLF is going to be, their last event is August the 6th through the 9th on Lake Erie. And the MPFL kicks things off tomorrow on the St. Lawrence River. And we'll be reporting on that next week on who wins that MPFL event. And the Ozark Mountain Team Trail, our Bass Pro Shops Championship will be this fall on Table Rock Lake. Can win a Nitro Z20 with a 250 Mercury on the back. And local ABA Shriners, October the 18th, they'll be on Truman Lake. Johnson Brothers Roofing, great roofs at a fair price. Call Johnson Brothers Roofing at 417-214-5401 or check them out on Facebook, Johnson Brothers Roofing. And we got some callers waiting. Let's get one on the line here and see if we can get this trivia question answered. Caller number 1, who have I got?
Richard.
Richard, do you need me to read that question again?
Just the answers.
Just the answer. So is it to the lateral line on a bass? Is it to help it breathe, A? Or is it B, to detect vibrations and movement in the water? Or C, to regulate body temperature?
I'm pretty sure it's B.
You're pretty sure it's B. You know, a bass does use that lateral line to detect vibration and movement in the water. You got it right, Richard.
All right. I like the sound of that.
Congratulations, buddy. And Richard, what's your phone number, buddy?
417-569-9404.
404. All right, Richard. Thanks for calling in, buddy. Thanks for listening to the show. And you can stop by the radio station and pick that up during normal business hours.
Yeah, 2453 East Elm. Richard, real quick, what's your last name?
Young.
All right, buddy. Hey, it's time for the Ranger Boat Break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Competitive anglers powered by Mercury Pro XS Outboards have won more bass fishing tournaments than all other brands combined. With lightning-quick acceleration, legendary reliability, and lightweight design, Pro XS has everything you need to travel farther, faster, and harder.
Hi, this is Taylor Grubaugh with Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet Buick and GMC in West Plains and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet of Waynesville. We are proud to support the Fishing Radio Show and Ozark Team Trail. So if you're looking for a new Chevy or GMC truck to pull that boat to the lake, come to a Taylor Grubaugh dealership in West Plains or Waynesville. Together, let's drive to a Taylor Grubaugh dealership.
Do you have any creepy crawly bugs around your home? Call Buzz Pest Control at 417-409-3802 to eliminate all your pest control needs today. Buzz also installs vapor barriers, sump pumps, and does mold remediation to crawl space areas. Proudly serving Southwest Missouri, Buzz Pest Control. Don't be fishy when choosing your next bank. Set the hook on Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri. Freedom Bank proudly serves customers across Southwest Missouri with 7 branches and a variety of banking needs. From cattle experts to mortgage lending, Freedom Bank has a lender to fit your lifestyle. Choose the bank that knows you by name and delivers the service you deserve. Choose Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. When choosing a lure to catch the fish of a lifetime, choose Headhunter Lures. Each lure has unique abilities and colors to get you closer to the catch of a lifetime. Whether it's the Nasty Night spinnerbait, the HH Minnow jerkbait, the PT Ringer swim baits, or the new 7-inch super soft crawler worms, Headhunter Lures has the lures you need and the colors you want. Did I mention easy on the wallet? Priced right and available at Extreme Outdoors or at headhunterlures.com. Long days, fast runs, changing conditions. Mustang Survival delivers on-the-water safety gear that anglers trust. From inflatable life jackets, foam PFDs to waterproof outerwear. Visit MustangSurvival.com today.
Virtus Rods by Phoenix, made right here in the Ozarks, but meet the needs of fishermen everywhere. Virtus rods are lure-specific design, and once you put one in your hand, catching your next fish will be easy. Sensitivity and quality are of the highest standards when it comes to Virtus rods. Whether it's a blue diamond or a red diamond series, holding a Virtus rod will be sure to keep a smile on your face, knowing you're holding the finest fishing rod on the market. Get your Virtus rods at www.baits.com and use discount code OMTT30 for a 30% off. Virtus, a fisherman's best friend.
She thinks we're just fishing on the riverside, throwing back what we could fry.
Welcome back to the Fishing Radio Show, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. All Aboard Marine, Segment 2, brought to you by Championship Marine Fiberglass Boat Repair and Donatello's Marine Upholstery. TH Marine College and High School Fishing News, treated by Buzz Pest Control. Coangler.com College News. Hey, the Drury Panthers are selling raffle tickets for a Turtle Box speaker. Go to the Drury Panther Facebook page and get your tickets today. There's only like 3 days left, so make sure you get that done quick. It's the best speaker on the planet, Turtle Box. And Right Height, high school, junior high news. JP Sell for all your high school fishing needs for the NYFA. And it's time for the Twin Spring Outboards Fishing Report. Custom-built aluminum jet boats, Twin Spring Outboards. They specialize in custom jet boats. And Mercury Outboard Motors, Twin Spring Outboards offer Mercury service and sales. Blazer, All Weld, and Delta Jet Boats. Run shallow, 573-732-3386, Twin Spring Outboards. And Headhunter Lures Bass Fishing Report. Hey, we still got a lot of water in some of the area lakes, so you can still catch some fish flipping around some bushes or some shallow cover, laydowns, shallow brush piles, some things like that. Throw a square bill. Crankbait is a good way to get a lot of bites this time of the year doing that. And offshore structure, big worm and a jig. A lot of those fish are starting to move offshore and get in that offshore structure. And if you are just wanting to fish like on a long point or something, a shaky head or a football jig is catching some fish doing that. Also, make sure you have that top water rod tied on and ready to go. You never know when those fish are going to come up and start schooling. And the walleye bite is really good on area lakes right now. I Am Outdoors Crappie Fishing Report, located north of Buffalo, Missouri, and home of the Crappie Slammers Jig, Crappie Slammers Rods, and Matthews Bows. Brush, 15 to 25 foot of water, or standing timber, 15 to 30. Those fish are going to be suspended in that standing timber. Crappie Slammers Shad Grub and Paddle Tail, 2-inch size, is working really well on a 1/8 ounce head. And the white bass are really surfacing on area lakes right before dark if you want to go have some fun there. Burtis Rods, made in the USA, OMTT30 is that code to get 30% off at Bates.com. And, hey, we're going to take a Pro Guide battery break, and when we get back, I'll have my special guest, my good buddy John Bledsoe with coangler.com.
Girl who loves to fish. She wants to do it all the time. Early in the morning, in the middle of the night. She's hooked, and now she can't get enough. Man, that girl sure loves to fish.
Out here, every moment matters, and it all starts with Bass Pro Shops. From the gear you trust to the expert advice you rely on, Bass Pro Shops helps you make the most of every hunt, cast, and campsite. Fishing, hunting, camping, boating, and more. Find everything you need for the outdoors under one roof. Voted America's best outdoor retailer, Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
There's only one place to take your boat, jet ski, pontoon, or yacht to get the oops and dings out of the finish. That's Championship Marine, located in Spokane, Missouri. So when your toy gets dinged up, take it to Championship Marine, Spokane, Missouri. Don't buy a home without a home inspection from Barry's Home Inspections. BHI is the #1 inspector for new and used homes in Southwest Missouri. It's better to find out before rather than after when purchasing your new home. Call Scott Barry today at 417-861-2983 and schedule your inspection.
Elevate your forward-facing live sonar experience to new heights with All Aboard Marine. Getting more out of your sonar means getting more fish in the boat. All Aboard Marine mounts are crafted entirely from full aluminum and engineered to the highest standards. Every component is designed for strength, longevity, and precision. All Aboard Marine is the only mount that lets your transducer sync seamlessly with the trolling motor when boat control isn't an issue. Then quickly unsync when spot lock is engaged. Whether paired with the scope stick, sync stick, or the Pro Options foot control, you get total control and a forward-facing sonar experience built to adapt on the fly. All Aboard Marine, a mounting solution that performs as hard as you do on the water.
Are the seats in your boat cracked, damaged, or torn? Has your boat carpet seen better days? Call Donatello's Upholstery and let them deliver the makeover your boat deserves. Donatello's Upholstery are the reliable marine upholstery experts in Springfield, Missouri. Donatello's Upholstery has custom colors and design, unmatched craftsmanship, and they choose quality over quantity. Call Donatello's Upholstery at 417-425-4833 for a free assessment and let them bring your marine upholstery to life.
That old boat and motor on its last leg? Take it to Ulrich Marine's award-winning shop staff, and they can bring new life to an old boat and motor or sell you a new one. Ulrich Marine, located in Branson, West Missouri, does warranty and service work on outboard and inboard motors. They also sell new and used boats. So the next time your engine won't crank, take it to Ulrich Marine in Branson, West Missouri.
Extreme Outdoors, the largest tackle store near Table Rock Lake. Extreme Outdoors staff is dedicated to making your next fishing trip a success by showing you what lures the fish are biting and even a few tips on how to catch them. Extreme Outdoors carries all the finest lures, rods, reels, line, and accessories for the first-time angler or that hardcore tournament veteran. Extreme Outdoors, the tackle store on the way to Table Rock Lake, located just behind Ulrich Marina in Branson, West Missouri, or online at extremeoutdoors.us.
Welcome back to the Fishing Radio Show presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Mercury Outboard Segment 3 brought to you by Kimberling Oaks Resort, Cabins at Table Rock, and White Wing Resort. Hey, Garmin Guest of the Week, heated and cooled by Jameson Heating and Air. I've got my good buddy John Bledsoe with coangler.com. John, how you doing, man?
Doing great, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Hey, look what I got on my head, man. I got the green coangler.com hat on today.
Absolutely. We're twins. I got mine on too, so appreciate you supporting the brand.
Hey, man, thanks for being on today. It's been a while since we've had you on here, John. We're, just kicking things off on 102.1, the One, our new radio station here. And let us tell our listeners what coangler.com is.
Yeah, so CoAngler is an app that I developed. Simply put, it helps people connect to go fish together. So if you've got a boat and an extra seat, or you want help shuttling kayaks, or you just want somebody to fish from the bank with, you can create your free account, go to coangler.com. You can download the app to your Android or iPhone, use the web if you want, and just find people in your community, go do some fishing with. It's a great way to learn new techniques and meet some new people and save some money.
Cool, man. And you've had a lot of things happen here over the last few months. Mentioned Bill Dance, names like that. Tell our listeners what you got going on with all these new changes out there.
Yeah, we've it's been pretty cool the last few months. I've been fortunate enough to be able to partner with Bill Dance, and he's just been tremendous and helping me really get the word out. I was able to travel to his studio outside of Memphis a couple of weeks ago and do some filming with him, and we're tentatively planning a fishing trip out there in Tennessee together that I'm looking forward to getting on the books. But no, I met Bill at the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame. Yeah. I met Bill at the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame probably 3 years ago, and then again at the Bassmaster Classic. And he's just, been over and helped me, tremendously, done social media posts for me and an endorsement letter and all of that out of the kindness of his heart. So it's really cool to see somebody, with a career like his, to turn around and help a little guy like me, get the word out. So really more people can just go do some fishing together. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that is what it's all about. And, what I love about the coangler.com is it gives people, I'm just going to use this for example, somebody that's getting a little older and they don't want to go to the water by themselves, or their wife says you can't fish by yourself anymore unless you're going with somebody. And this gives a guy like that has a boat an opportunity to find a new buddy, or more than one buddy, to jump in the boat with him and go on that fishing trip. So it continues to allow this guy to be able to go to the lake every day or every other day, whatever many times he wants to go, and continue to fish. And on the other hand, it gives a guy that doesn't have a boat, that's tired of fishing off the bank or out of a kayak, it gives him the opportunity to find somebody with a boat so he can get out and learn how to fish, out of a boat maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah, that you hit it on the head right there. There's definitely an added element of safety, just simply having somebody out there in the boat with you, helping launch the boat, or, if you get a hook in your hand, or you need to call for help, it's definitely an added element of safety. But, we've got some people on the CoAngler app that are totally benefiting from it multiple times. We've had users recently that are taking their 4th trip, their 5th trip. And so it's been pretty cool to see it work in action. We've connected people as far away as Florida to Wisconsin. About half of our users are here in the Ozarks, so it's really cool to see, people using it, going fishing right here in our backyard. But it's a lot of fun. I've got some trips on there that I'm posting, so I'd love to be able to connect with more people and go do some fishing. I like joining people's trips, and I like taking people with me, and it's pretty cool.
Well, one of these days I'm going to get you in the boat with me, and we're going to go have some fun fishing. I promise you that for sure. John, tell our listeners out there that you've sparked their interest now and they want to get signed up. What do they need to do?
Yeah, you can simply just go to coangler.com, COANGLER. That's got all the links to the app stores. If you've got a Android or an iPhone, you can learn about, what the app is. And, there's ways to reach out to me on that website too if you have any questions. Create your free account, just basically an email verification process. And then you're in the app, you can customize your profile, your fishing activity level, different types of fishing interests or target species. You can post trip reports. You can connect with people in your community. So yeah, that's the easiest way. Just go to coangler.com and you can find everything there.
There you go, folks. Coangler.com and get it done. And John, did you go to ICAST?
Yep, I was there last week. I came back Friday and I had no voice left, so I got my money's worth. I talked my talked my leg off the whole trip, but it was great. There was a lot of really cool people that I got to meet, and really the highlight of the whole trip was Bill Dance received the American Sport Fishing Association's Impact Award, and that was presented by Steve Harvey, who was cracking the room up, and then Johnny Morris was there as well, and they both presented that award to Bill, and so it was a pretty special event, and I was very fortunate to be able to be there with them and help celebrate that achievement of Bill's, just a storied career. His first show was in 1968, so it was pretty incredible.
That is crazy. I grew up in a small town, Van Buren, Missouri, on the Current River, and Bill's sister owned a motel there in Van Buren, and didn't.
Oh, wow.
I was, being younger, didn't realize, how wow factor that was. We knew who Bill Dance was and saw him on TV every once in a while, but now that I'm older, I was like, wow, that's just crazy. But
Yeah.
Hey, John, thanks for being on the show, buddy. Love having you on, and we'll get hooked up and go fishing one of these days.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. Thanks, Scott.
You bet, man. Hey, it's time for the Nitro Boats break, and Bass Pro Shop's next cast when we come back with our Freedom Bank guest of the week, MLF Pro Angler Wesley Strader.
If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it. 'Cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can. Till you can. Yeah, if you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream.
It's more than an activity. It's your favorite pastime. Now it's time to go tell a fish story. Garmin EchoMap Ultra 2. Now you can screen record your best catch and show it off to your friends. Wirelessly connect 2 chart plotters to share sonar and user data. Get even greater positional accuracy. Easier to use than ever. Sonar with vivid color is still Garmin best in class. Garmin Navionics plus maps with daily updates. Wirelessly connect to your Garmin Force trolling motor and get to fish faster. Continue the tradition with a tool for the future. Tell a new fish story with Garmin EchoMap.
When performance matters, there's only one name on the water. Nitro Boats, built for anglers who demand speed, precision, and tournament-ready power. From sunrise launches to weigh-in wins, Nitro delivers legendary performance without compromise. Don't just fish the competition, leave them in your wake. Nitro Boats, performance you can feel. Visit your local Bass Pro Shops or dealer today. Adventure starts here.
For over 50 years, one name has defined what means to lead on the water. Ranger Boats. Precision-built, purpose-driven, trusted by champions and weekend anglers alike. From first cast to final run, Ranger delivers unmatched craftsmanship, innovation, and control because legends aren't born, they're built. Ranger Boats, still building legends. Available at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Power your adventures and elevate your efficiency with ProGuide batteries. Where cutting-edge technology meets unparalleled reliability. ProGuide batteries provide extended runtime allowing you to stay on the water longer without worrying about power. Engineered to deliver consistent power output, ensuring optimal performance for your adventure, power up with ProGuide. Unlock the full potential of your power source with ProGuide battery chargers. Designed to stay plugged in year-round and wake up with sleep lithium batteries, ensuring you will be fully charged for your next adventure. Join thousands of satisfied anglers who rely on ProGuide for their fishing adventures. ProGuide, official battery of the Fishin' Radio Show.
Is your HVAC keeping your home warm and cool? If not, call Jameson Heating and Air. Jameson Heating and Air brings over 2 decades of expertise to the forefront of heating and cooling services. Their primary focus is your satisfaction and comfort. They specialize in the installation and maintenance of heating and air systems. System replacement is based on options that are most logical and economical to meet your budget. Maintenance programs offered to keep your system maintained and keep you comfortable year-round. 24/7 service and repairs on all makes and models. Trusted by the Fishin' Radio Show, Jameson Heating and Air for all your heating and cooling needs. 417-222-2350. When tying on your next lure, make sure you're tying it with Sunline. Sunline offers a broad selection of fishing lines to suit every angler's needs. Whether it's fluorocarbon, braid, or monofilament, Sunline has you covered. Thinner, stronger fishing line. Sunline, fishing the line with the strength to guarantee confidence.
Gone fishing by a shady.
Welcome back to the Fishin' Radio Show, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. White River Marine, segment 4, brought to you by Solar Bat Eyewear. Guest code OMTT26, you get 40% off. It's time for the Taylor Gruball Chevrolet GMC Find Them and Catch Them guest seminar. Shop Taylor Gruball in West Plains or Waynesville for your next Chevy, GMC, or Buick. You won't be sorry. Man, we've got a great show lined up for you today. We've got MLF Pro angler Wesley Strader with us. And Wesley, welcome back to the Fishin' Radio Show, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just trying to stop, get a bite to eat, driving back from Florida. So trying to make this work. You know what I mean?
You bet, buddy. We sure do appreciate you making it work. And Wesley, let's kick things off and talk to us about your 2026 season. How's it been, and what do you got coming up?
Well, it's been a roller coaster of a year. I've had 3 really, really good events, or 4 really good events and 2 bad events. So I think the 2 I finished pretty close to the bottom, which really thought I had a chance at those 2, but man, it just didn't work out that way. And then the next 4 have been, I think I top 10 3 and just barely missed the top 10 in the last one. So it's been a good year. Felt like I had a chance at maybe giving a shot at Angler of the Year this year, but it just didn't work out that way. But we got one more event in Sandusky Bay, which starts August 6th, and looking forward to getting there and catching a few whatever ends up biting me, smallmouth or largemouth. I don't know.
Is that tournament normally won on a mixed bag, or is it one on the browns or the blacks?
Well, this is all you can catch. So we've never had an event there that's all you can catch, 2 pounds or better. So don't really. I went up and pre-fished, and the largemouth fishing wasn't that good, and the smallmouth fishing wasn't that good either. It's not really known for like a numbers thing. It's more of a quality than quantity. So kind of up in the air about what it's going to be. So like I said, the largemouth fishing wasn't that great. I fished a FLW super tournament when I think Major League Fishing had just purchased FLW, and that was during COVID, and they combined us together to fish the super tournament. And I think I got a check. I caught like 14 a day, and I had all largemouth, and ended up, I think, in the 40s or something. I can't remember. I got a check. I remember that, a good check. But that was, I roomed with Justin Lucas and Justin Atkins, and Justin Lucas ended up winning the event. He's only getting like 6 bites a day, and they were all smallmouth. So I think it's going to be those guys that find those secret little places where you can catch numbers. I know you can catch some smallmouth, but I just don't think you're going to catch. Then the other toss-up is Canada was off limits, so it's a whole bunch of different factors that can factor in, but we'll see. It ain't too long around the corner, and we'll be able to get busy and see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, talk to us real quick about that Ranger boat and what that boat means to you, especially when you're going on these big bodies of water.
Man, I can tell you a little story. We this is my, I think, 26 year running Ranger, and they just keep getting better and better and better. And I think this is my third year in a 520R, and man, I didn't think they could top what they had before. That I've had some previous model boats at Ranger I really loved, and I think it's incorporated everyone that I loved all together into one and made the best boat possible. It's high off the water. You got a really big deck. It rides well. It's fairly fast. Just a totally different Ranger boat than what I'm used to. But I have appreciated it out there on those waves in Lake Erie. I went up and pre-fished, and she got a little rough one day out there. So I really appreciate their support. And anybody out there looking to buy a Ranger boat, I don't think you could ever go wrong buying a Ranger boat. So we'll give them a try.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. My family's been with Ranger boats since 1989. And by far, that Z520R has been the diamond. And, we've all had boats we've loved throughout the years, but the tackle storage, the rod storage and everything, along with the ride, they just knocked it out of the park. And, I look for them to be coming out with something new here before too long. And
it is.
Are they going to amaze us, or what's going to happen?
There's a few tweaks coming, and then there's some major tweaks coming, but there'll be a few tweaks to the next year's model, I think. I got to get a little sneak peek of it. People's going to like it. I tell you what, the R boat really, like, I ran an L boat before I ran the R boat, and I ran a 21. And I got Mike McClellan's boat, and when we was fishing that team series down in Florida, me, him, and Scott Suggs, and we actually went down and fished a little early at Orange Lake, and I got to get in his boat. And man, I was so impressed with it. I could put everything in my 21 boat into that 20 and have way more storage left over than I thought I ever would. So it was a big surprise. I mean, they had some depth. From top to bottom, so you can get more storage in there. And just, man, the way they thought everything else was pretty cool.
We got a little vocal issue going on there. Wes, say something else real quick. Yeah, it's kind of breaking up on us there. We can see you. It just barely hear you. Sounds like you're way down in a cave, maybe.
I have no idea. It's probably the cell tower. Hold on. Back out here. You hear me now?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Your picture's coming in good, buddy. It's do we want to you want to give him the phone? Wes, do you just want to call us and we'll just put you on that way and see if it works better?
I'm gonna pull it back to the parking lot, see if it reconnects.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's just barely.
Same way with you, I can hear you, but it sounds like a robot.
Yep, that's what you sound like. All right, to our listeners out there, man, we've got Wesley Strader on with us. He's trying to move the truck around to get a little bit better signal there, and as soon as we get it, we'll get back to rocking and rolling. And we're all frozen up. Okay, hey, Wes, can you hear us? If you can, we're just gonna. What's the phone number? 417-447-1021. Okay. Do you want to go to a quick break and just play a commercial? Can you do that, or? Bear with us here, folks. It's 417-447-1021.
Cool. Yeah, we can go to break.
Okay, just go to a quick break.
Out here, every moment matters, and it all starts with Bass Pro Shops. From the gear you trust to the expert advice you rely on, Bass Pro Shops helps you make the most of every hunt, cast, and campsite. Fishing, hunting, camping, boating, and more. Find everything you need for the outdoors under one roof. Voted America's best outdoor retailer, Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
That old boat and motor on its last leg? Take it to Ulrich Marine's award-winning shop staff, and they can bring new life to an old boat and motor or sell you a new one. Ulrich Marine, located in Branson, West Missouri, does warranty and service work on outboard and inboard motors. They also sell new and used boats. So the next time your engine won't crank, take it to Ulrich Marine in Branson, West Missouri.
There's only one place to take your boat, jet ski, pontoon, or yacht to get the oops and dings out of the finish. That's Championship Marine, located in Spokane, Missouri. So when your toy gets dinged up, take it to Championship Marine, Spokane, Missouri. Don't buy a home without a home inspection from Barry's Home Inspections.
Yeah, I'm here.
BHI is the #1 inspector for new and used homes in Southwest Missouri. It's better to find out before rather than after when purchasing your new home.
Hello.
Call Scott Berry today at 417-861-2983 and schedule your inspection.
Hello. Sue.
Hello.
Yeah, I was getting the show and everything else. I couldn't hardly hear nothing.
Oh, okay. No, you're good, buddy. We can hear you now, man. So let's just get into this thing, man. We're going to talk about some summertime shallow water fishing, and you know, you hear it all the time. There's a wad of fish that live shallow all year round, and then there's a wad of fish that live out deep all year round. And I know you like to target a lot of those shallow water fish, and talk to us about fishing shallow in the heat of the summer.
Well, the heat of the summer, it all depends on how the lake lays out. If it's a lake with no grass or if it's a lake with grass, typically, you know, lakes that don't have grass, you're going to try to get as shallow as you can get because the oxygen content depletes. You start getting say like Ouachita, you know, Beaver, places like that, you get a thermocline. And so the oxygen's really bad once you get, you know, it's the heat of the summer, the oxygen level gets low. So the best oxygen is in the shallowest water where you got the most waves. You know, the wind blows, it stirs up the water, creates more oxygen. So a lot of your fish are going to go shallow, which they don't always feed real well when it's shallow like that. So that's when you got to speed your presentation up. You got to go with baits with heavier sinkers. You want to go at least a 1/2 ounce sinker, like your flipping brush. And I, like me, myself, it just depends on what lake you're on. The predominant cover, whether it be docks, shallow water brush, and I typically like to pick out the most isolated stuff because it gives you the best odds of catching fish. So that's what I do. I like to target flats with isolated brush or isolated docks, and also this time of year, that's when your yearling shad that have just spawned from the spring, they get up just a little bit bigger in size, like an inch and a half. And that's what those fish are really targeting on. They're feeding on those little balls of bait. And so that's why I like to try to fish isolated cover, isolated docks, just something to target specifically where you get the best odds of a strike or a reaction strike. Now,
Wes, you talk about where we're at around here, you know, Lake of the Ozarks, Table Rock, Beaver, Bull Shoals. Can you do that on the main lake, or do you have to run up the river to fish shallow, or what do you have to do there?
So most of the time, like on the Bull Shoals or Table Rocks, you're wanting to go where the cooler water's coming in the backs, like up the river in the very backs of creeks, and that's where most of your shad's going to go anyway. That's the yearling shad are going to migrate to that cooler water. They're going to go to the back. That's where they prefer to be. I don't know if it's because the plankton's better back there or what. But that's typically, no matter where you're at in the heat of the summer or the very beginning of the fall year, that's where they want to be at.
Yeah. So if you've got a lake that's got some fresh water coming in, we've had a lot of rain around here, and a lot of our lakes they're pulling them pretty hard. Will those fish stay around the backs of those creeks where that cooler water's coming in from those creeks and stuff while they're pulling it down, or will it push them out?
Well, it all depends. Just if that bait's prevalent there, that's where the fish are going to be. You just got to follow the bait. That's the whole key. Is you can still catch them out on the main lake or the main body of the arm, but they're going to be typically they're going to be a lot shallower. Like you may catch them on top water. Like the water may be clear. You're going to have to go with something that's more of a reaction, that like a really fast moving bait, like a buzz bait or a plopper or something like that. It's more of a reaction or a spook, something like that. Something that gets a reaction strike. It's not necessarily they're staying pretty healthy, like feeding up on all this stuff. So you got to offer them a presentation that they think's either getting away or they just react to it. So that's the main thing is finding the bait and being around that. And a dead giveaway sometimes is that, you start getting a lot of schooling activity toward the end of the summer. So that's what I look on the main body of water, like down the lake. I look for schooling activity. And then when I get up the lake, I want to be in the back and on that shallow flat stuff. That's where I want to be at.
Good pointers for sure. And does watercolor, are you looking for cleaner water when you get in the backs, or does it matter?
It just depends. It just depends on like how the lake sets up. Like I know Bull Shoals and Table Rock, especially Table Rock and let's say Lake of the Ozarks, it gets a funny color in the back of those areas. So you can get away with a lot more. You can get a lot closer. You can get closer with your presentation. Whereas if it's cleaner, you're going to have to stay further away back. You're not going to do so much flipping. It's going to be more like chatterbait, buzzbait, spinnerbait, something like that, or a square bill. Square bill is really good that time of year too. So it's just what you can get away with the watercolor.
Exactly. And obviously you're going to match your bait to the color of the water. If you've got dirtier water compared to clear water, you want something more natural, like on that square bill for sure. But Wes, do you ever fish at night?
Dude, I used to fish a lot at night, and I just the last time I fished a night tournament was at Kiowee about a month ago. We went over and visited the Powell facilities. Powell just got bought out and they moved their facility to Salem, North Carolina, and we fished a little Friday nighter over there, and we won it with 15 something pounds and caught all the big largemouth after dark.
Yeah, it's in the summertime, if you're fishing at night, I know we have a lot of listeners around here that fish night tournaments, especially down on Table Rock. And what are some of the techniques that work, and what are you looking for when you're fishing a night tournament like that in the summer?
Well, usually when I'm fishing at night in the summer, let's just take Tennessee River, for example. So usually in August, it's a great smallmouth month, but it's got to be midnight or beyond is when it really gets active. And I'm looking for shallow flats, also adjacent to deep water, like some gravel bars with some stumps. And that's how I'm going to target smallmouth. But if I'm targeting largemouth, I'm looking for weed edges, shallow weed edges that have deeper water out in front of them. And the same thing, just points, rock, any kind of rocky banks that's got crawfish, that they move up at night to feed on those crawfish.
Now, how does that moon phase affect the fishing at night?
So, full moon in August is your best bet for really big smallmouth on the Tennessee River. And that's usually an 11 to 12, midnight and on. So, but it does have an effect. It's definitely you can tell the difference when the moon's full or not full. So, and you asked me about bait choices. There's about 3 choices that I'll either throw a single blade spinnerbait, half out, either black and blue, or we call it purple, and that's like a purple color. And I'll have I'll either have a big salty chunk on every time, and flipping blue. And then for the sometimes I throw a half-ounce chatterbait. Most time black and blue, sometimes green pumpkin, depending on the color of water, with a sea crow junior, like I always do, with a tilapia or a black sapphire. And then the other thing is it's a epic finesse jig, and I like to put like a small a medium chunk, a medium zoom chunk on it.
Do you just, your trailers on the colors, do you just kind of match the bait? If you're throwing a black and blue, you're throwing a black and blue trailer?
Yeah, that's usually what I do. It's just sometimes you might do some off the wall stuff, like put a green pumpkin on a black and blue skirt, but most time you're matching it up.
Now, obviously,
darker colors work better. Darker colors work better at night anyway. They see it better.
Yep. So daytime fishing in the summer, does the moon phase affect them in the daytime as well, or is it just at night, really?
You know, where I'm from, it's more current related than it is moon and weather and current.
Definitely, for sure. Great stuff there.
I mean, you get you a good old flood in the heat of the summer, dude. They're gonna be out shallow and getting out of that current and feeding, because they're gonna eat everything that's coming out of them bushes, or they're on the smorgasbord. So it makes it a lot easier. Now, if you got a drought, it makes it a lot tougher.
Now, Wesley, you take a lake that's got a lot of water in it, a lot of bushes in the water. Obviously, daytime you can go flip and do a number of things. At night, you know, it's kind of hard to flip at night unless you got a full moon so you can see. But do those fish move out to the outside of those bushes a lot of times, where you can bring that spinnerbait or that chatterbait down the outside of those bushes?
So most of the time, those fish are moving, like they're moving out of deeper water and pulling shallower to feed, so they're going to be on the edge of those bushes. And there's a little trick we used to do. We used to take a little old moon glow. It was a moon glow, and you could dim the light up and down.
Yep.
And we used to set it on the front of the boat until us to get on the front of the boat, and we'd angle it toward the bank, and we'd brighten it up just bright enough where we could see edge of the bushes or the dots, so we could cast without messing the presentation up.
Yep. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Wes, we got a couple minutes left. Real quick, touch base on that on the new Ranger boat. You got a sneak peek out. What do we got to look forward to with that new Ranger?
Well, all I'm going to say is it's the standard issue Ranger quality with a few twists. I can't really go into detail on it, but it's it's not a significant change, but let's just put it where you sat and ride, you're going to really like it.
Yeah, for sure. We are definitely excited about that new product coming out. You know, if they're going to bring something new out above the 520R, it's going to have to hit a home run, because that 520R is definitely the flagship boat for sure.
I keep thinking they're never going to outdo themselves, but every year they do. So,
yep. Cool. Well, Wes, man, we got it worked out with the bad connection, and got you on here to talk about that shallow summer water fishing, what I've been trying to do here the last few weeks, and we finally got hooked up, and I sure do appreciate you getting on the show, and man, I hope you have a safe travel back home.
Well, I thank you. Sorry about that. I was sitting in the parking lot. I don't know what happened, so but next time maybe I'll be at the house. We can do it right.
Yeah, hey, we'll get you back on again, and maybe later this summer after you get done with MLF there, we'll get you back on when you're at home. We can dig into that summer shallow water fishing a little bit more and go from there, buddy.
All right, sounds great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man. Hey, what a show today, and we'll get Wes back on here again later in the summer, and I'm Scott Berry. Keep fishing and keep catching.
The Fishin' Radio Show is brought to you by these sponsors: Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Mustang Survival, Virtus by Phoenix, Sunline, Championship Marine Repair, Tudor Stinks, Gamakatsu, Nitro Boats, Wrangler Boats, White River Marine, Pro Guide Batteries, Extreme Outdoors, TH Marine, Headhunter Lures, CoAngler.com, Donatello's Marine Upholstery, Mercury, Garmin, Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, Solar Bat, Ulrich Marine, McAllister Marine, Power Pole, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, Bass Boat Technology, Right Height, Port of Kimberling, Kimberling Oaks Resort, Cabins at Table Rock, White Wing Resort, Jameson Heat and Air, Buzz Pest Control, Twin Spring Outboards, Johnson Brothers Roofing, I Am Outdoors, Berry Home Inspections, Lou's Striking, and Full Metal Customs.
KOSP